Have you ever wondered if your dog is capable of feeling guilt for their actions, how they apologize and make amends? In this video, you'll learn how dogs apologize to their owners and more. Do dogs feel guilty? Guilt is a complex emotion rooted in our understanding of right and wrong, which is not present in the cognitive framework of dogs. Instead, their behaviors are largely driven by instincts, past experiences, and immediate environmental cues. When a dog exhibits behaviors that we interpret as guilt, such as avoiding eye contact or slinking away, it's often a response to the owner's tone of voice, body language, or the aftermath of the perceived misdeed rather than a genuine understanding of guilt. In canine social dynamics, submissive gestures and appeasement behaviors serve to maintain harmony within the pack rather than convey feelings of guilt. While dogs can learn from experiences and adjust their behavior accordingly, attributing human emotions like guilt to them may oversimplify their motivations and hinder effective communication between humans and their canine companions. When it comes to interactions between dogs, behaviors that might be construed as guilt are often part of a broader repertoire of social cues and signals used to navigate their social hierarchy and establish boundaries. Dogs employ a range of body language and vocalizations to communicate with each other, with submissive behaviors helping to diffuse potential conflicts and maintain group cohesion. In such contexts, what might seem like guilt to human observers is more likely a manifestation of deference or a response to social cues from other dogs. Understanding these nuances in canine behavior can enhance our appreciation of their social complexity and improve our ability to interpret and respond to their actions in a way that fosters positive relationships, both within their own species and with their human companions. How do dogs apologize? When it comes to the concept of apologizing, things get a little more complicated. Dogs don't necessarily apologize in the same way that humans do. You won't see them saying, "I'm sorry," or presenting a bouquet of flowers. But they do exhibit behaviors that can be interpreted as remorse or acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Imagine your dog has just chewed up your favorite pair of shoes. You walk into the house and there stands your dog with a guilty look, head down, tail between his legs, and possibly avoiding eye contact. It's a classic scene. While it's not exactly an apology, this body language indicates that they are aware of their misdeed and are trying to let you know that they know what they did was wrong. Now let's imagine that your dog accidentally knocks over a vase and, seeing your reaction, comes up to you and hugs or licks your hand. This could be seen as an attempt to placate you, to make amends in his own way. It is important to note that dogs do not have the same cognitive abilities as humans. They act based on instincts and learned behavior. So while they may not understand the concept of apologizing the way we do, they can still demonstrate remorse through their actions. Some might argue that dogs are simply responding to our cues and body language rather than genuinely feeling sorry. And that's a valid point. But whether the remorse is sincere or simply a reaction to our emotions, the fact remains that dogs have a unique way of trying to smooth things over when they know they've upset us. Let's delve a little deeper into these attempts to smooth the gap. The guilty look that dogs often exhibit, head down, tail between legs, avoidance of eye contact, has been the subject of much debate among animal behaviorists. Some argue that this behavior is more a response to anger or frustration with the owner than a sincere admission of wrongdoing. They suggest that dogs have learned to associate certain actions with negative consequences and exhibit submissive behavior to avoid punishment. On the other hand, some researchers believe that dogs are somewhat capable of experiencing emotions such as guilt and remorse. They cite studies in which it has been shown that dogs show signs of stress and anxiety when they do something wrong, even if their owners are not present to reprimand them. This suggests that the guilty look may indeed be a manifestation of genuine remorse. Another behavior that dogs often exhibit after committing an alleged misdeed is a desire for reconciliation with the owner. This may take the form of approaching the owner in a submissive posture, such as crouching or rolling over, or in appeasement behaviors, such as licking or nuzzling. While these actions do not constitute a formal apology, they do indicate that the dog is trying to make amends in some way. It's also worth considering that dogs are very sensitive to human emotions and body language. They may not understand the concept of apologizing in the same way that humans do, but they are able to pick up on signals that indicate that their owner is upset or angry. In response, they may exhibit behaviors that they have learned are likely to calm or appease their owner, even if they do not fully understand why their actions were wrong. How do you respond to a dog apologizing? When responding to apologies and attempts at reconciliation from a dog, it is important to prioritize understanding and empathy. Dogs, like humans, experience emotions and may feel guilt or remorse. Here's how to respond effectively. First and foremost, show your dog that you recognize his attempt at reconciliation by speaking to him in a calm and reassuring tone of voice. Use phrases such as, "It's okay" or "I understand" to express your understanding. Dogs are incredibly receptive to intonation and body language, so a calm demeanor will help reassure them that everything is okay. Also, offer her physical affection to reassure her that everything is okay. Dogs are very fond of physical contact and affection from their humans. Stroking, hugs, gentle scratching behind the ears are all ways to express love and support to your furry friend. In addition, giving your dog his favorite treats can reinforce positive behavior and strengthen your bond. Remember to use positive reinforcement techniques to reinforce desired behaviors. If your dog apologizes for a certain action, such as chewing on something he shouldn't have, shift his attention to a more appropriate toy or activity and praise him when he engages in it. Positive reinforcement helps dogs learn what behavior is acceptable and encourages them to repeat it in the future. Dogs live in the present moment, and dwelling on past mistakes is not productive. Once the dog has apologized and you have reassured them, back away from the incident and continue to build a positive relationship based on trust and understanding. Holding a grudge or resentment will only exacerbate your relationship with your dog and prevent him from learning and growing. Don't forget consistency, as it is the key to reinforcing desired behaviors and maintaining a strong bond with your dog. Be consistent in your responses to apologies and attempts at reconciliation, so your dog knows what to expect from you. Consistency helps create a sense of stability and predictability in your dog, which can reduce anxiety and stress levels. Remember that dogs may understand the concept of forgiveness differently than humans. Be patient and give your dog time to process his emotions and learn from his mistakes. Punishing or scolding your dog for his actions after he has already apologized will only confuse him and ruin your relationship. We also highly recommend watching our new video and playlist to give our pets more love and better understand their psychology.